Hi guys, Virginia here. Today I want to talk about something that almost nobody talks. That's the way that you raise your kids. Beware before anything. I am not a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or a medical doctor in any shape or form. I'm just talking about my own experience. And what I mean by that, everybody try to raise their kids in the best way possible, according to their own wants. Like, I am a Gen X. I was raised by a boomer. I was a latch kid. My father was a person that has absolutely no emotional intelligence. My mother either. They both come from trauma. My father was abandoned, was basically, he lost his father and mother, was taken out, was sent out of the city because nobody wanted to have anything to do with them when he was 14. And he comes sleeping benches, and he didn't have nobody to help him. And my mother come from that generation, the silent generation that raised her, that kids are to be seen, not to be heard. And people that doesn't matter, for them doesn't matter that they are passing trauma to people. So my mother was the most, she talks a lot, she has a lot of opinions. What was extremely, extremely triggering to my grandmother, what mean her life is kind of hell. And she didn't look like my grandmother think that was the best, amazing way of looking, that a woman should be, and so on and so forth. These two people, without any intelligent emotion and full of trauma, they get together, they get married, and they have kids. So the first kid, my brother, was a kid that my mother, like she always told everybody around here, that my brother was, when she get pregnant with him, she dreamed about that. So she knew his face and everything. She has a connection with him and everything. He was so amazing, so incredible. And I, that am the kid that come later, I was the kid that come later. That's all. So my brother was in that incense, think that he was so good, so perfect, so intelligent, so this, so that. And I was the one that come after. But the problem is with that, because people that don't receive love don't know how to give love. But they need to improve themselves, because that's not fair. This kid that come later, that don't have all these incensed qualities that the kid that come before have, he kind of gets in a vacuum. He knows that he's not the same. He don't have the same connection. And so he needs to do something special for them to like them. And that beautiful kid becomes a people pleaser. Because my mother never differentiated between me and my brother from the way that we dress, or the way that she feed us, or she take care of us. She was always a wonderful mother in this point. She was taking care of us. Everything physical was there. The only thing that wasn't there for me was the love, the connection that didn't happen. And very, very soon I realized that in order to be loved, I need to do everything that they want me to do. So I create a personality that was what they want me to be. But even when I was that kid that tried to do everything that your mother wants, is crazy about your mother. And, well, by the way, I'm talking only about my mother because my father go away when I was 10 years old. So he decided that he needs to have his teenager's years that he never have. And he completely imploded his own life. Everything was terrible. In fact, he wasn't exactly the most intelligent man ever. But my mother was very strong. But strong, trauma is strong. She has many, many traumas in her life. So she didn't know how to express love. She didn't receive love. And after we get abandoned by my father, she needs to go to work. My mother was a woman from the 60s that married in the 60s. And at that time, a woman that marries in the 60s was supposed to be taken care by the husband for the rest of her life. Everything was perfect. It was like designed. The woman didn't work. She gets married, the husband takes care of her and the kids for the rest of their life. And my mother, with all her trauma, she tried to conform to her trauma, to what people expect from her. So she tried to be a people pleaser too, what was kind of crazy. For her family, she loved her family, she loved her father, she loved her mother. The father is like every single father, almost every single father from that generation. He didn't basically talk. He's only for a way of speak. His only like necessity was to provide. So he would work, he would bring the food, he would do, and her mother would raise the kids. But the kids raised themselves. They were 11 at that time. So kind of they just raised themselves. And my grandmother was completely shut down. I don't remember in my whole life that my grandmother ever hugged me or kissed me or talked to me. She didn't. It was like we didn't exist. We're there like little animals maybe. We didn't exist for them. Okay? And my mother tried everything that she could to make her life better. She helps everybody that she could help, but she was broken inside too. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't something that she could just change, you know? But coming back, after this raising, that everything about me was normally a critical inside. Oh, you are too fat. Oh, you are not so bright. Or you only do bad stuff. I grow up having all these remarks about me, telling that I wasn't good enough. I wasn't this, I wasn't that, I wasn't so skinny, I wasn't so white, I wasn't so, like I was a tomboy. So for my mother was, I need to be delicate, a delicate flower. I never was. I was always a person that have life inside, that want to go on top of trees and experiment. And I was the best. My brother and I were the best friends ever. We are always together doing everything. He was very, very kind of calm. And I was the crazy kid that was always doing things. But since the beginning, I was seeing that the thing wasn't the same to everybody. Like even my mother and my father used to say when there was a very small kid, a baby basically, they would get Osvaldo and put in their laps and laugh. And my father was very happy to have a boy and everything. And they would look at me. I was sitting in the floor with my head to the wall and was banging my head back. Because I was just there. Nobody was caring about me. So my father one day say, oh, I guess we need to pick her up. She's kind of probably jealous. And I was very jealous. I remember that one time my father was dancing with my mother, and I was crazy about my father, crazy. And I want to start crying. I don't want him near her. He was the person that was mine. He was a little bit like more kind to me, I would say. My mother was kind, and she was providing, he was feeding me, she was taking me everywhere, but she wasn't providing the love that I needed. And that becomes almost a lifetime of people pleasing in order to get attention. And I'm gonna finish this here. I'm gonna post the continuation later. I hope you guys like, and I see you guys tomorrow. Bye.